All right, we're gonna solve problem 38 from the that you gave me. If you look, they written the problem in kind of a hard way to understand, so I rewrote the problem for you. It's 2x squared plus 5 over 2 times y is equal to 28 when x is equal to 3, and the whole goal is to find the value of y. So I know it looks confusing because you have x is equal to 3, but don't worry, we're going to plug that x is equal to 3 in the equation to help us solve. So if you give me a second, see I circle x is equal to 3 on there. We're going to plug that in to that x. It's already in the equation, and we're going to simplify. So it's 2 times 3 squared plus 5 over 2 times y. All right, don't forget that 5 over 2 is actually division as well. A fraction is division. All right, and all of that left side of the equation is equal to 28. All right, we're going to simplify now. I usually simplify by using order operations. You can start with PEMDAS to help you. So don't forget the P is for parentheses. So I'm looking at the parentheses in the equation. I think I spelled parentheses wrong, but I'm sorry. Look at the parentheses in the equation. If there's anything inside that needs to be done, then do it. If not, in this case, there's nothing to do. Next, you have your exponents. We do have an exponent in the equation. Excuse me. So we're going to simplify that exponent. 3 squared is the same thing as saying 3 times 3. I'm multiplying the base, which is 3, by itself 2 times. It's not 3 times 2. All right. So a lot of people getting that mixed up. 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3. And we all know 3 times 3 is 9. All right. So I bring down my 2 times 9 plus 5 over 2 times y is equal to 28. All right. So the next thing I'll look at is there anything that needs to be multiplied in the expression as I simplify it. All right. So we have a 2 times 9 that can be simplified. We know 2 times 9. And we have a 5 over 2 times y. All right. So let's simplify the 2 times 9. That gives us 18 plus 5 over 2 times y. Anytime we multiply a number times a variable, all we do is we marry them together. Same thing as 5 over 2y, and it's equal to 28. Now, you look at if any real division that has to be done. No, there's not any division in here. And when you look at addition and subtraction, we cannot add anything on there at all. The two terms, 18 plus 5 over 2y, is two different families. We cannot add those two together, so we leave them as is. All right. Now we get to the point where we're solving a two-step equation. We practiced on that yesterday. So let's look at this. All right, the whole goal is to get the y by itself. So the first thing we're going to do is that we need to get rid of the 18. So we subtract 18 on both sides, like so. 18 from 18 gives me 0. It cancels out. I do not need to write 0. I bring that 5 over 2 times y down. And then I subtract 18 from 28, and that left me with 10. All right, so now it's solving a one-step equation. We have 5 over 2 times y is equal to 10. Anytime that I have a fraction attached to a variable, I'm going to multiply it by its reciprocal. All right, this is the only time that you use this rule. Anytime that you have a fraction multiplied to a variable, you're going to multiply that fraction by its reciprocal to get rid of it. All right, so the reciprocal or flipped of the fraction 5 over 2 is 2 over 5. All right, and make sure you do that to both sides of the equation. Then we multiply 2 times 5, which will give us 10, over 5 times 2 gives us 10, which cancels, simplifies to 1. Bring my y down, it's 1y, but we know that 1 is invisible, so we really don't need it. Right? Then I'm going to multiply on the right side of the equation. I have a whole number 10 times a fraction 2 over 5. Anytime we multiply a fraction by a whole number, we're going to simply change that that whole number into a fraction by putting 1 under it. So instead of 10, it comes 10 over 1. So we multiply the numerators. 10 times 2 is 20. And we multiply the denominators. 5 times 1 is 5. Now we have the fraction y is equal to 20 over 5. We need to simplify that fraction. All right, 5 goes into 20 4 times. So y is equal to 4.